Have you ever felt this? You offer a hand of warmth, and in return, you feel the cold touch of stone. You give kindness freely, like water from a spring, yet the one you offer it to turns away, as if you had offered them poison. A confusion arises in the heart. Why does light sometimes create anger? The traditions I come from do not seek answers in the actions of others. We turn inward. I invite you to walk this path with me, not to understand them, but to understand the energy itself. By the end of this journey, you will see the hidden currents that flow between people. And more importantly, you will learn to navigate these waters with peace and strength. There is a truth that has been forgotten in the noise of the world. Your light does not always create more light. Sometimes, when it enters a dark room, it reveals the disarray that was comfortably hidden. Imagine you are a clear, polished mirror. When you approach another with an open heart, you are not simply being good. You are holding this mirror up to them. Ancient wisdom tells us that every soul carries its own unseen landscapes, its sunlit peaks, and its shadowed valleys. For someone who has spent their life looking only at their peaks, the sudden reflection of their valleys feels like an accusation. They do not see your kindness. They see the parts of themselves they have refused to meet. Their mind, in its quietest chamber, does not say, "This person is good." It whispers, "This person shows me what I am not. This presence makes my own darkness visible." This is the first current. They begin to see your light as the source of their discomfort. And so, they try to cast a shadow on you, not for what you have done, but for what your presence has revealed within them. But there is another layer to this flow. In my lineage, we are taught the most difficult journey is to return to the home of your own heart and accept all who live there. Your steadfast kindness offers a map to this home, and this is a terrifying gift for someone who is not ready to travel. Consider this. You offer patience to one who lives in restlessness. You offer understanding to one who lives in judgment. You are not just being kind. You are showing them a door to a different room, a room they did not believe existed. The human mind would often rather stay in a familiar prison than step into the uncertainty of an open field. Your very being threatens the walls of their prison. My elders would say this creates a tremor in their foundation. Instead of feeling inspired, they feel diminished. And the mind, seeking balance, must find a way to make you smaller. It must prove that the door you show them is not real. And here, the stream becomes turbulent. The kinder you are, the brighter your mirror shines. The brighter your mirror shines, the more they must insist that your reflection is a lie, that you are false, that your kindness is a mask for a hidden agenda. They will weave stories to avoid the simple truth that your light revealed in them. This leads us to a profound turning point in the path. An ancient teaching says, all that disturbs you in another is a gateway to understanding yourself. But what happens when your calm disturbs others? What does that reveal? Most beings walk through the world wearing a mask of clay. The persona, this mask might be called strong, realistic, or correct. A mask often hardened by the cynicism it calls wisdom. When you arrive with genuine kindness, you arrive with a naked face. You flow from your authentic center, not the hardened clay mask. This creates a deep unease for those who have forgotten the feeling of their own skin. My tradition teaches that your truth makes their mask feel hollow. They cannot admit this to themselves. It is easier to call your face the mask. And this is where the waters become truly twisted. The wisdom of the masters reveals that people will often attack the very light in you that their own soul longs for. They will name your kindness weakness, your patience foolishness, your understanding naivety. Why? To admit that your way holds strength would be to admit the weakness of their own way. They are not angered by your kindness. They are angered by its absence in themselves. This is a vital realization. There is a saying, your sight becomes clear only when you can look into your own heart. One who looks outside dreams. One who looks inside awakens. But what if your awakening disturbs another's dream? Most are in a state of slumber, following the paths carved by others. never asking why their feet walk this road. It is a state of unconsciousness. When you walk with purpose and kindness, you are on the path of what we call individuation. The journey of becoming the tree that the seed was always meant to be. My lineage teaches that this journey in you can feel like a judgment to those who have not yet begun to walk. Your growth highlights their stillness. Your consciousness highlights their slumber. And the slumbering mind has a reflexive action. It will try to pull you back into the dream. It is not a conscious act. It is the unconscious gravity of the collective, attempting to pull you back to its own level. This explains why, the more you cultivate your inner garden, the more some will wish to sow weeds in it. The more you heal your inner stream, the more they will try to muddy it. This is where we must heed an important warning from the ancient masters. All of humanity is connected by invisible threads, an ocean of shared consciousness. In this ocean, there are powerful, ancient currents called archetypes. When you choose kindness in a world that often rewards hardness, you are swimming against a powerful collective current. Your very existence suggests another way is possible. This threatens those who have built their identity on the belief that the current way is the only way, and here the stream flows into the deepest part of the ocean. The collective mind holds an ancient pattern, the one who must be cast out. The scapegoat. When you are a point of light in a darkened room, you become the perfect surface upon which others can project all their guilt, their shame, their own inner conflict. They gather together to agree that you are the problem, not the darkness that they have all grown accustomed to. This is why a good heart can become a target. Your kindness does not just trigger one person, it can disturb an entire system. This brings us to the most vital question on this path. We are taught that the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But what if becoming yourself causes others to turn from you? The wisdom here is a turning of the mirror upon ourselves. Those who react to your kindness are showing you something vital. They are revealing the places where your own riverbank is weak, where your kindness might not be a gift but a trade, where you seek their warmth in return. True kindness flows from a place of fullness, not a place of lack. It is a mountain spring, not a beggar's cup. It has healthy banks, strong boundaries. It is not the desire to please everyone, but we must face a difficult truth on this path. Sometimes, people react to your kindness because it is not kindness. It is a form of control. You are trying to shape how they see you. A teacher would call this the helper's knot. When your giving is a question, will you like me now? Will you approve? It is not an authentic flow. It is a performance. And the soul can always feel a performance. This imitation of kindness often creates more resistance than the genuine flow because it feels like a hook, a form of unseen debt. How, then, do we find the real spring? An ancient master said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." This choice is the key that transforms everything. The first step is to see that their reaction to your light is not about your light. It is about their relationship with their own shadow, their unhealed places, their fears. When you see this, truly see it, you are freed. You can continue to let your light shine, but now, from a place of strength, with a solid mountain at your back, not a hollow need. But this requires the most important work. We call it shadow work, the practice of looking into your own hidden valleys. You must be brave enough to ask, am I being kind because it is my nature, or because I desire something in return? You must meet the part of you that wants to be seen as the good one. Only when you have sat with your own shadow can you offer light without needing anything back. This brings us to a deep peace. My tradition says true kindness requires strong riverbanks. Without boundaries, your kindness is not a life-giving river. It is a flood that enables others to wash their own debris onto your shores. Healthy souls are nourished by a flowing river. They are not threatened by it. Unhealthy souls are threatened by it because it reminds them of their own thirst. But here is the practice that changes the flow. When your river has strong banks, strong boundaries, You can be kind without becoming a target. You can show compassion without absorbing another's suffering. We call this differentiation. You remain a clear stream, allowing other streams to be what they are, muddy or clear. You do not carry their water. You do not try to purify them. And everything is transformed. When your kindness flows from this mountain of strength, others feel it differently. They cannot see their own lack reflected in it, because your fullness is not a comment on their emptiness. But there is still one more current to understand. A teaching says, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will guide your life and you will call it fate. And one of the deepest unconscious patterns is the dance of the victim and the rescuer. Many who suffer for their kindness are caught in the role of the rescuer. They unconsciously seek out those who feel like victims, so they can feel strong by saving them. This creates a relationship built not on equality, but on imbalance. And the one who is saved will eventually resent the savior. But here is the most hidden part of this dance. The rescuer often unconsciously chooses people who will turn on them. Deep within, a part of them believes they should be punished for feeling superior. It is a way of sabotaging the self. This is why the same story repeats. If you keep drawing in people who resent your kindness, the ancient wisdom would ask you to look inside. You are unconsciously choosing them. You are seeking out those who will confirm your own deepest fear about yourself. This brings us to the ultimate truth. A master once said, "Your path is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the walls you have built within yourself against it." The same is true of kindness. The goal is not to stop being kind. The goal is to dismantle the inner walls that make your kindness a target. These walls are a seeking validation, trying to control another's view of you, rescuing others to feel superior, hiding your own shadow behind a mask of goodness, and lacking the strong boundaries that protect your life force. When you remove these inner walls, your kindness becomes a force of nature. It flows from a place of abundance, not of need, from strength, not weakness. My lineage has observed that this kind of authentic kindness is rarely met with hatred. It does not threaten. It does not make another feel small because it is not trying to be big. It simply is. And this is transformation. The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely. And when you accept all of you, including your shadows, your kindness becomes rooted like an ancient tree. It does not need to be liked. It does not need to be appreciated. It is not a tool to change anyone. It is simply the expression of your true nature, like a flower releasing its fragrance. And here is the beautiful paradox. When your kindness becomes this authentic, it is less likely to be attacked. Others may not understand it, but they cannot project their shadows onto it, because it is solid. It has no hooks. It seeks nothing. This is what it means to simply be yourself. Where there is a true heart of kindness, there is no will to power. And where power is the goal, kindness is lacking. Your steady kindness reveals this lack in another. You are demonstrating emotional wealth. You have something to give without needing a return. For one who feels emotionally empty, this triggers a deep, archetypal envy. Envy does not simply want what you have. It wants to prove what you have is not real. This is why they will test you. They will push your riverbanks, create situations where you must say no. Then, they will use your no, your healthy boundary, as proof that your river was never real. It is a deep, unconscious attempt to prove that their desert is the only reality. They do this because in their own past, perhaps they never saw a genuine spring. They can't believe true kindness exists without a hidden agenda. They project their own reasons for action onto you. If they were to be kind, it would be to get something. So they assume you must be the same, and they can become obsessed with finding your true motive. But your efforts to prove your sincerity will only feed their conviction that you are hiding something. This is a painful paradox. Your authenticity itself becomes the focus of their suspicion. Some have built their identity on their wounds. The wounds are their story, their reason. When you offer the clear water of kindness, you offer healing. But healing means letting go of the wound. And for some, the wound has become their home. They will refuse the water and use your eventual departure as proof that everyone always abandons them. They punish you for trying to help because your help implies they can change, and change is what they fear most. But my masters taught me this: your vision clears when you look into your heart. Awakening means developing what we call emotional sobriety. It means you can see clearly when another is projecting their wounds onto your kindness. You do not take it personally. It is not an injury. It is information. It tells you of their inner world, not your inner worth. This allows you to remain kind while protecting your energy. You do not become cruel in their presence, but you do not become a doormat. This leads to the ultimate wisdom on this path. People do not hate genuine kindness. They hate the threat that it represents to their constructed self, their mask, their unhealed places. Your purpose is not to make your kindness more acceptable to a wounded person. Your purpose is to ensure your kindness is authentic, that its riverbanks are strong, and that it flows from a place of inner wealth. Remember this: the same river of kindness that triggers one person will be a source of life for another. The difference is not your river. It is the ground they are standing on. So, this is your path: to continue being kind while protecting yourself, to maintain your truth while setting boundaries, to express your nature while refusing to be a target. This is the journey of becoming fully yourself. This is the path to freedom. Those who seem to hate your kindness are your greatest teachers. They are mirrors showing you exactly where you need stronger riverbanks, clearer intentions, and deeper self-acceptance. They are not enemies. They are pointers on your path. And when you can see them as this, you have mastered the art. You have learned to be both kind and strong, compassionate and protected. You have achieved freedom. You are no longer a victim of their projections, nor a prisoner of your own need for their approval. You are simply authentically, powerfully kind. And that, my friend, changes everything.